So you've decided to sell your home. We need to do whatever we can to make that home look the best so that it's show ready when it hits the market. I'm going to give you some tips today to do exactly that in only one weekend. Hey guys, this is Ashley Lazarian, and I'm back today to help you get your home ready to list in one weekend. Let's get started. Look, I'm sure you hear it all the time, but it's one of the most important things. Declutter. When I say declutter, what do I mean? Well, take a walk through your home and try and put yourself in the buyer's shoes. When I'm walking through, I want my buyer to think of themselves there with their family. I don't want them looking at all of your pictures thinking how adorable you and your family are. So take down some of those pictures. I'm not saying that you have to take down everything and act like it's a model home that you don't live there. Although if you choose to do that, I'm definitely not going to argue with you. I am saying if you have a hallway or a stairway that is full of 100 pictures of your life over the last 10 years, maybe choose 5. I don't know. You can't have that many. It's very distracting. Another thing is closets. Go ahead and go through your closets, and maybe now's a great time. You're going to be moving. Go ahead and go through some of those clothes. Something that I adapted a long time ago that someone taught me. I don't even remember who at this point, but it's really been great for me, and I actually do it for my entire family against their will, but that's a whole nother story. Every year, every spring, I go ahead and I go into everyone's closet, see what fits, what doesn't, and then I will turn all of the hangers around backwards so that they're hooked, facing the wrong direction. So then next year when I go and do it, anything that hasn't been moved and the hanger is still facing the wrong direction is an automatic out. Clearly, if you haven't worn it in a year, you're probably not going to wear it. Get rid of it. If you do feel like you absolutely need to hold on to everything, then I would advise maybe getting some things out, going ahead and packing them away, or getting a storage unit, because you want the closets to feel spacious. Same thing with the linen closets. If they're packed full to the brim, it gives the illusion that there's not enough space in the home. Maybe you're moving because you feel like you don't have enough space. You don't want people to get that vibe. Now to the kids' toys. I know kids love their things. I have 2 kids myself, and playrooms, bedrooms, they can just get overrun with toys where it's just stuff's everywhere. I can't tell you how many times I've almost died from stepping on a Lego. But so now is the time to get the kids involved and say, look guys, I either need you to voluntarily give up some things, perhaps get them involved to give them to a charity where they can feel really good about giving something to a child that doesn't have anything. Or if they want to keep everything, that's fine. You don't have to give things away, but tell them to go ahead and pack it up for the move to get ready for the next house. And that way, again, you're giving that illusion that there's tons of space. So this next one, I feel like it should go without saying, but I really feel like some people miss the memo. Just clean the house. When I say clean, I mean really clean it. Get down on your hands and knees and scrub the baseboards with just soap and water so the dust that's been there for years is gone. Go in the bathrooms and get the soft scrub down the counters, clean the grout with a toothbrush. Go ahead and take the brush to the toilet bowl as well. Like, you want people to go in and not see mold and mildew. You want them to feel that they're walking and buying a home that is ready for them and ready to move into. One of the biggest things that I've heard clients mention, which I can't say that I would personally notice it, but like clockwork, when I show property, a buyer will open the oven and look at it and see how much you've cooked and how much is in the bottom of the oven, and talk about how disgusting it is that oven has never been cleaned in probably 20 years, even though the home is only 10 years old. So a lot of ovens these days have the self-cleaning feature. Utilize that bad boy. Turn it on. Go do something else because it does smell a little bit strong. But go ahead and come back into the kitchen, scrub down the sink with some soft scrub. Make sure that there's no watermarks. You just really want people to walk in and feel that it's a clean environment that they're purchasing. The next step you can take is to do some paint touch-ups. So I don't know about in your house, but my kids are pretty rough on our house, and there's areas where their hoverboard has dinged the baseboards, or maybe they've put a knob through the wall in more places than one. But so in these areas, you want to go ahead and just do a little paint touch-up. You might need to do some light spackling on the hole from the knob. sand it down, and then again, do some paint touch-ups. This does make a huge difference. Again, people are walking through here and little things like just crayon on the wall, they think, oh my gosh, it's huge, I'm gonna have to paint, and they see dollar signs where it's something that is so trivial. That could probably even come off with just a soft scrub, one of those Mr. Clean erasers. So make sure that you take the time to walk through and notice any areas that might need a little paint touch-up. Now, if you have a room that specifically is a really dark room, say it's a really dark burgundy or a dark navy, if it's a color that's maybe outdated or it just makes the room look really, really dark and smaller, go ahead and take the time to paint that room. I know it sounds like a lot, but $50 worth of paint can make a huge difference in someone being able to really see past that and make an offer on your home. What is the first thing people see when they pull up? Curb appeal. So if you can take the time to really try and spruce up the front yard, it makes a world of difference just as they're walking up to the house before they've even stepped foot in there. If you take the time to go ahead and either rent if you don't own a pressure washer, or a lot of people, a neighbor has one, just borrow it for an hour or two, and take the time to pressure wash the sidewalk leading up to the house and the front porch. If you have a back porch or back deck, go ahead and do those areas as well. Maybe hit the outside of those windows to get any cobwebs down. If you have the time, go ahead and do the driveway. Depending on the size of your driveway, that might take quite a while. So just use your own judgment on this one. Please, 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 though, make sure that you're not hitting the siding of the home. If you're experienced with this and you want to give it a try, by all means, go ahead. I'm giving you the warning. I've had situations where a seller would try to go ahead and clean the siding and it ended up taking off the paint from the siding, or if they had the vinyl siding, it would leave these swirl marks on there, and it looked worse than it ever did with any type of mildew or something like that on there. So if you don't know what you're doing, that might be something that you want to hire out, or better yet, just leave it alone. Another important factor for curb appeal is the landscaping. This can be a really quick weekend project. Run to your local Pike, Home Depot, anywhere that sells plants and mulch. Bring it back, dig up some area in the front, maybe some flower beds, or maybe you've got some pots on the back porch. Put those annuals in there, then go ahead and get that mulch, spread it out in any of the beds that you have, just to give it a fresh, up-to-date look. When people are pulling up, they see this is a well taken care of house. And now, this last one is really just a bonus. It's something that is always on my mind when I go in a home with a buyer for two reasons, really. Number one, if you have ever smelled cat urine, it's very strong odor. And when you go to a basement or a laundry room where a cat box has been primarily used and maybe the cat didn't use it well all the time, that smell can be so overpowering. A buyer will literally turn and walk out of the house and not even look at the rest of the home. So if you have a pet, whether it's a dog or a cat, I'm going to stick with those two. Maybe you have a rabbit, I'm not sure, but really take the time to clean after them. And that might even be tearing out carpet, because carpet holds smell and dander, and sometimes we have people that have allergies, they're allergic, and so they automatically, when they walk in this home, are starting to swell up, and now again they're just walking out. So I would either have the carpets really cleaned, or I would have them replaced. And again, I'm not hating on anybody. I have dogs myself. We do dog rescue, so I've got dogs in and out of my house all the time. The difference is we saw this ahead of time and we went ahead and ripped out carpet throughout our entire house, and we have hardwoods throughout the entire level. So if you have questions on this, again, don't hesitate to reach out to me. Thanks so much for taking the time to watch my video today. I really hope these tips have helped you get your home ready to list and that you get a great return on your investment. If you personally have already been through this process and you feel like there's something that you did that got you a great return, I'd really appreciate it if you'd share it below. That way others can also benefit from it. I always want to be here as a resource, so if there's any questions that I can answer, please don't hesitate to reach out. Until next time.